Okay.
Good morning, players. We have finally come to this place. We finally come to this function that everyone is so excited about. Right?
Well done. Like you said, Rastus. Good morning, Assis. Good morning to you, Manny.
Good morning, Chief Swell. How are you feeling?
My goodness.
It's been a roller coaster, haven't it?
A roller coaster. Before we got in, I was saying shout out to all the guys that have repped the eNPFL very well. From Farouk for Kano Pillars to Kenny, who repped, Lobby Stars, Novice, who came through for Enugu Rangers, Baji Jr., repping fully, Sporting Lagos. Not to forget Francis Ate, who did work for Atlant. I will mention Sabi Boy from Castina United, Shoka, Bendel Insurance, Okoye, your guy,
yes,
Valentine, the general from Sunshines, KK, the guy who came out with Pistons from nowhere, Aqua United, Baba, the guy no wait for anybody, Romade from Eyimba, Mr. Oga, the defending champion that has passed on the baton to Impossible. You understand? He was from Gombe United, Rice Bobo, Shooting Stars FC, Clinton Tactic, Abia Warriors, Guru all the way from Abuja, represented Niger Tornadoes, Adefola, repping fully, Remo Stars. It's a Western derby here, as it is for the final. And oh yes, the way we like it, we like our derbies. And not to forget Indabos keeper Ose, who came in, the Bayelsa boy when coming from Pitakwa, and he repped Bayelsa United, Bayelsa 0-2. I will tell you that Chips Jr., he put a good standing for a senior daddy. He played and repped Platy United. Killer Freak, the freak himself from the north, repping Doma United. Casey repped Aquara United. And Frenzy, in a frenzy, he was swiped out like Rivers United for the NPFL in real standing. We'll say thank you so much to all of you who joined the tourney from Abuja to Port Harcourt to Enugu, and now the full thing don't enter for Lagos after Ibadan finished their own. What's the biggest take for you as we step into the final as is?
My biggest take is that the guys are ready.
The guys are ready.
Like when I mean the guys, I mean all the gamers are ready.
Yeah.
Because look at the small platform they've had.
Yeah.
And see how much they are.
But not call a small platform now.
But let's see. When we compare this to the platforms that are there, the E-Champions League, the World Cup and all, this is like one of the first official EA license.
It's the first.
It's the first in West Africa, in Nigeria,
Yep.
and see how much these guys have taken this opportunity. So I think the boys are ready, the players themselves are ready. All we just need to do is to encourage them, is to keep pushing them to their limits, and to encourage the spirit of competitiveness or competition in Nigeria as a whole. So
okay, I'm going to switch it up. Sorry for cutting it.
Yes.
Because I think like you've had so much one-on-one experiences going through the multiple regional competitions, and even same for people like Rastus, who was on the Ibadan belt. I think he was in Abuja, but not Port Harcourt.
Enugu and Abuja, but not Ibadan.
Yeah, I mean it's been wild. Slide to you, Slide, take it over, because we won't step up and we don't get two guys when we say we never know them so much. Baji versus Fola, the unknown Sporting Lagos versus Remo Stars. If a normal game now, by normal I mean if we go pitch now for Modolaji Johnson here for Lagos, we know say if Remo they come Lagos, they still get likely opportunity to take beat Lagos, but that's not the case in eNPFL.
Yes, it's not the case at all. It's a different ball game. Also, I don't know if we could call Fola an unknown person in the esports industry.
He be known.
Yeah.
He be known.
He's really known. Sly, what's your take on it? The finals of the finals, $15,000 on the line, an opportunity to call yourself Mr. Integral for a whole year
and rep Africa.
Yes,
I love that part.
Crown yourself the king of the FC24 for 1 year. Talk to us, like.
I mean, we couldn't have asked for anything better.
Absolutely not.
Start to finish, like great games. We've had near misses. We've had like some howlers of goals also considered. But it all brings to the greatness of the eNPFL. And congratulations to both Papi Jr. and of course Adefol. I think both of them deserve to be here. But going into the final, I do not want to be in these guys' shoes at any point because the nerves, even if you are confident in yourselves, the nerves will
be there. And in the first game or the first 15 minutes, if you're able to handle those nerves very well, I think that is when the winner will separate himself from the loser. And I just can't wait for it to get started. Bring on the $15,000 matchup.
I love it. And when you look at the universe, I mean, Sly, the universe of other players from other tourneys, from other continents that have been waiting for Africa to step up to the plate with our rep, Nigeria.
I agree.
Do you feel like we are stepping from frying pan into fire? I mean, come on. It's competition all out there. You're like, do you feel like that, Sly? Sly, did you get that?
I mean, but before Sly responds,
yeah,
I don't think it's a thing of stepping from frying pan to fire. You know, like I was telling you, one of the things that can bring out the best in anybody is healthy competition.
Oh, yes.
I mean, $15,000 on the line, and we are seeing Badis in the final. $15,000 on the line, and we are seeing Farouk lose, even though it was in penalties to Adefola.
Baba, I see real tears. Do
you get me?
Real tears are out there.
Yes.
Boys are crying.
Because they put their blood, sweat, and tears on the line. This is something they have been practicing for. They have been grinding. This is like the combination of all their life's work over the past years. So I think if you're going out, it's like going from a small pond to a bigger pond. I don't think the boys will be overwhelmed. It might take 1 or 2 years to get used to it, but ultimately quality will shine through.
I like that you say that because I mean, even in the ePFL, we had people like Tom Lees, one of the winners from the ePFL years back. In this season, Baba Colette is Shockham. It's just to show you that the more the games are moving, they are evolving, they are expanding, the more features are getting there. Even if you've been a master of the game before, get them before not be property.
Yes.
And so when you look at people like Fola that has been to tourneys like this, that has gotten to this kind of ranges in tourneys like this.
Yes.
Do you feel like he gets an advantage, Sly? Let me throw that to you now, man.
It does have an advantage that it can play for you because you've got the experience on your hand, but it also comes with a lot of pressure because everybody in the building is feeling like, hey, you are the most experienced player and you should be the most comfortable, which in turn could harm you because in your mind, that's a lot of pressure on you. But Adefola, knowing him and knowing how great he is, you'd expect him to handle the pressure. But for Badji Jr., he's not got much to lose. Like Emmanuel said, not a lot of people expecting him to be here. He's now here. He's going to throw everything he's got at it. And if he ends up coming out champion, it could be one of the best stories we've seen when it comes to esports in Africa.
Absolutely. Let me quickly also state, that the pressure really at this point is on Fola. I think this will be a crowning moment in his very illustrious career in the sports industry. Yes, he's a name that has been well known in Lagos and some parts of Nigeria, but winning this will solidify and cement his place in the history books of the Nigerian esports, right? And now he's going up against someone who absolutely has nothing to lose. He has already exceeded what we call his wavelength in what we are looking at, what he was going to perform in this competition.
But Emmanuel, not to cut you, I know there's this ongoing banter about who actually is the best FC24 player, and people will throw Fola in the conversation. There's possibly Mitchell in the conversation. There's Killer Freak also in the conversation. Of course, Badji Jr. could also be making some waves.
I don't know if you should start talking about Killer Freak because
he's
just new on the block. However, he's one of the best, yes. But
I'm actually talking about this game, FC24.
Okay.
If any of these guys, Badji Jr. or Adefola, gets to pick up this trophy, do we end the debate about who the best player is?
Yes, absolutely. Because if you win the biggest tourney on the biggest stage, then it means you are the best player for one full year.
So even if you win 5 other tourneys and you miss out on this one, it's still this one that is going to count.
You're gonna come as a close second, unfortunately. You're gonna come as a close second. Man, it's like winning the World Cup and winning the Euros. As big as the Euros is, the World Cup supersedes every other competition on earth. You can win 10 Euros, but one World Cup is enough to tell you that, okay, for that particular year, you were the best in the world.
And just to understand how crazy this is a full potpourri, it's a full universe where you get people like, Manu, who uses PSV Eindhoven to rep his own side.
Yes.
There are guys that play from multiple areas and repping their English or their personal club. Bonano, for instance, from Manchester City, is in the mix for this too as well. We have people like Jafonso, who takes in for New England Revolution, and that's for the EMLS group, by the way.
Yes.
So that's why when you're seeing guys like K1 John from Inter Miami, for instance, you're seeing guys from like Nathan, the next 2 miners from Conmebol, and that's already from the Hispanic-speaking side. For instance, you're seeing Ezas from AC Monza, that's from the A team E Serie A.
The E Serie A.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy when you see Paderborn boys. I mean, a Paderborn, I be say carry Johnny,
Yes.
Johnny, a guy named Johnny. Baba, I feel like any of these guys will be a worthy contender. I know I threw the question now, but I feel like.
But so you missed out one legend from the E La Liga himself, Nicolas, the Iceman, one of the greatest of all time, and he will be featuring as well.
Isn't he repping Sevilla, the La Liga one?
Yeah.
Madness. He has done so well. There's even another guy from the E-League, Mark Wong from Melbourne City. He's fantastic with what he does with footweeds.
Yeah, Mark 11.
He is great with that too. And I find all the babes. I never see the babes in Yakmayansky, but I know that this is just first soiree. There will be more. We will have more contenders to be good.
I mean, when it comes to women participating in this tournament, EFC, I saw a lot of them last year. Why we didn't see so much this year? Because or maybe I think they haven't really matured. When I mean matured, the gameplay hasn't really matured to carry them in fully. We are having lots of women participating in FC competitions across.
Not be mature per se, because a couple of the players
coming into the groove, coming into their timing at the proper time.
So you know the thing is, Sly, I even noticed that we had some key high-ranked players in Nigeria that could not participate in this particular tournament. Some of them are still waiting and sitting in the audience,
supporting their friends,
supporting their guys,
giving so much of the support.
And it was just a matter of timing. Like for some of them, when the Ibadan invitation or rather Tony was going on for qualifiers, they were in Abuja. And when Abuja was going on, they were not there. For the ladies, some of them were in school or at school in Ghana. Yes, because some of them school in Ghana, they were not available. And sometimes that's the thing with tournaments. Whether your work can allow you, your work schedule can free you for it,
whatever life schedule you have.
It's always a timing thing. So sometimes you may not always see the best currently in a tournament because of timing. But
watch out for the girls. Watch out for our girls. I think in the next couple of years, we will start seeing the women compete at a very high level, and I can't wait to see that happen.
Man, I lie you. They get some set of babes from they say they work high powered for this our Lagos here, especially for Island and Ikeja, and they ball.
Yes.
See quietly, when they tell you when they tell you we are doing house party, they are going to play ball. Even one of them give me 6'2", almost spell my papa name. But when you tell them, babe, come play for tournament, and say, so that all these boys come and beat me, they'll come and laugh me. Exactly. Then when they say, come my office, come they ask me for once. Exactly. They say, excuse me, my HR, can I have a job? Come and beat me tournament. Nah, I can't. Ladies, we always
but I hope that after the eNPFL, you've learned a lot, so now you can go and beat them.
Bye-bye. I'm not saying anything.
I mean, that's why we're expecting over the next couple of years to have more and more representation from the women in this kind of tourneys. It will come definitely. I've seen so much of that. I've played some of the women. I can tell you the quality is really, really astounding. Something to be very happy about and something to look forward to in the future.
And something to look forward to for those of you streaming, whatever platform you're on, please feel free to drop comments and tell us who are you rooting for, who was your favorite player in the tournament, what kind of gameplay that blew your mind.
What was your moment?
Like, that way they like to talk the step overs.
My step over speed boost.
When this guy talk about boom boom, you don't know who likes Sean Paul. Puyaka.
Yes.
Let us know what was your favorite moment in the tournament. So far so good. Your favorite players, the favorite flow. And I think some of the things that really made you feel good.
Yes.
Also, let us know who your favorite in the finals is. Probably who you're rooting for. Now morning we did now. My English and pitching body crosswire.
Clashing, but we love it absolutely. Before we continue, we're going to take another few minutes to get the players quick and ready, and we're going to go to adverts, and we're going to come back to you guys very soon.
Slide, Mora, I. It's the final, baby.
All right, let's go to adverts quickly.
Ever dreamed of stepping onto the pitch, feeling the electrifying energy of the crowd? The beautiful game
It's more than just a sport, it's the nation's heartbeat. But what if you could get even closer? Introducing the eNPFL, the first ever EA Sports FC Pro League in West Africa. Your chance to make history. $15,000 prize money, winner takes all, and the ultimate glory. Representing Nigeria at the play-in to the FC Pro World Championship. Don't just watch the beautiful game. Play it, live it, get closer to glory. Join the eNPFL today. The EA Sports FC Pro League, an officially licensed qualifying event for the FC Pro World Championship. Powered by Integrity.
That's it. Call for this team. I know they do anything. I look for my trouble.
Make it start first. Make it start first. Baba na final, not me make it carry on.
All right, we're about to begin. We have kicked off, and Sly would like to allow you some time off to give us your analysis, your tactical breakdown of the match as it is happening.
Well, the much anticipated big game is here. The game where every kick means more. The game where you've got to lay it all down on the line. The game where all the guys are looking forward to how this one will pan out. $15,000 on the line and a spot at the FC Pro World Championships. Remember, best of three. First to two wins grabs the victory. Adefola for Remo Stars and Badji Jr. for Sporting Lagos. Adefola rocking that Ajax kit in their traditional red and white, and in the darker kit it is Badji Jr. who's looking to make an incredible story here at the eNPFL, though. Adefola maybe a little bit of the pressure getting to him early, almost losing out on the possession. But in this grand final, what we've learned so far from the eNPFL is you cannot underrate anybody going into it. Oh, that was an awkward shot from Erling Haaland, but Adefola testing the waters pretty early in what promises to be one hell of a final going into this one. We started with 20 players making their way to Lagos for the grand finale, and we are down to the final two. Adefola had to go through the gruesome penalties against a top player in Farouk Manzo. Badji Jr. though was able to sail through in regulation time against KK, winning that one 5-4. And now here we are, the last hurdle, the last chapter of what has been an incredible story in the eNPFL story so far. Adefola will take it on the 10 with Okocha. He's working with that same outfit. No significant changes in the squad that has been doing damage for him. The saying now is, if it's worked for you, why change it now? Adefola with a big switch of play into Iwobi. Hold it. We have seen this switch of play. We did see it against Farouk, where every single time he went to it, he was able to hold on to possession. This time, he is forced out of possession against Badji Jr. Badji Jr. definitely one of the best offensive players throughout the whole day. He has been scoring loads and loads of goals as the corner will come in. Adefola trying to get Haaland into the action very early. Haaland, who's been the star of the show at this year's Play style plus, you would excel, and you can't fault him. Erling Haaland has been dominating everywhere, but just a quick advice for those who are playing Ultimate Team. You've been playing Ultimate Team Champion Team, you've been playing Rivals as well, as we could have had the first goal in the final. Just goes wise off the post. You're looking for the aerial plus play style. You could go for the cheaper option, and I think it's an SBC's. For Erling Haaland, there's Didier Drogba, there's Nigeria's very own Victor Boniface, and we've seen that array of talent here today, and it's been a showdown. And there's big matchup, Sporting Lagos and Remo Stars. It has been a quiet 30 minutes. We haven't seen really big chances go down, as this could be the first one of the big chances going down. Well, power shot effort from Erling Haaland as well. Speaking of playstyle plus, he's got the power shot playstyle also in his locker. I mean, going from here on out, you kind of feel like you have to get to an extra gear. You have to go deep down in your arsenal to be able to get over the hump. Asadefola will try something here. Cross it to Haaland. I mean, that for a goal and an opener and a final would have been excellent. Attempting the scorpion kick in the biggest game of the day. Adefola, this guy's got the nerves. He's as cool as you'd like. And you win it back with De Bruyne. Look, man, with a step over to find space, Mbappe in a pole position to possibly get more guys into play. Erling Haaland takes position. Hold it. The passes are so quick. If you aren't up to the task, you can't keep up with how he's playing. But Gide's playing cancelled that time. Mbappe's effort stopped and his tracks. We are about 7 minutes away from ending the first half in game one. In game one, which has been evenly balanced, maybe a lot more of the chances falling to Adefola, the Remo Stars, man. But Badji Jr. definitely holding his own in this grand final. Look, man, this could be the opening. Kai Havertz is there. He's played a pivotal role here today. And for a final reminder, for those who are just here watching the final, the squad requirements require you to have 5 Nigerian players, with 3 playing at least one half of the game. De Bruyne on to the third. Adefola could possibly open the scoring in the final. Look, man, on the third. You have the balls there. Can the defense clear it, though? They come in clutch for Badji. 1 minute to go. Mbappe almost making things happen as Adefola knocking at the door vehemently now. I mean, you can tell the intent at which he's playing as the first half will come to an end. What a nervy one. Am I so have you seen
She's taking the game by the scruff of the neck, and that's what you want. You want to be aggressive. You want to be in the driver's seat. You know, I'm getting some of the comments from the YouTube stream, for instance. I'm seeing users or guys that are watching the stream saying that, oh, boy, this kind of match, you need to sit down for a great chair, make it be say you play. Another person they call and say, oh boy, my head they catch fire. He gets why they go fit talk. Imagine you're watching and you're already so like nervy. Imagine the nerves on these guys. They're taking the game quickly. As Sporting Lagos is still 0, Remo Stars 0. You know the craziest thing for me is Badji with his defense. He did near post defense, he did deep defense, and I will promise you this, he has been making sure that he's very clinical. He has to be little room for mistakes, and that's what's going to get him over the edge against Adefola.
The margin for error is definitely low in these finals, and just like Suo said, the first mistake could be pivotal in determining who will be champion here today. Mbappe with the step over, that shift in direction was brilliant, but the last man standing able to get a foot in and get the ball back, as Badji Jr. will come away with the Erling Haaland. That's a show of strength, but Kafu able to win it back. I mean, it's back and forth. Here we go.
Yeah, you're right, Sly. I feel like there's space in this right side. He has to be a bit more clinical when he's doing the step overs, because I know the step overs are good, but you have to just do 1, 2 and pass. See what he did there? If he made it a bit more, vertical, it would get
the space now open up for him. My word, what a tackle! That's why you've got defenders like Bissek there to make those tackles. Badji Jr. That's clutch. That tackle is usually worth a goal. I mean, what a block, but Adefola will still keep coming. He believes in his abilities to score, and he's finding more spaces as he goes in front. Hold it. Tries to chip into Haaland. That's quite unorthodox. That was a weird one, trying to come from Adefola, as Badji will win it back. Badji is possibly looking for a way to control the game now. I mean, possession-wise, Adefola has his imprint written all over this game.
Yep.
But Badji Jr., we know he doesn't need too many chances to strike, as Haaland will win it high up the field. Under pressure there, Adefola keeps it calm and plays it out of danger.
You see, that's a cool thing. That's the cool thing, because one thing, sorry for cutting him, man, but when Badji gets to the edge of the box, he always likes to square play to an open space where someone is running in or is already positioned there. But it's very, very easy to predict. See what I mean?
Wow. For the opener in the final, it's a toe poke to get it in. Adefola, who's been huffing and puffing, and it's finally paid off. You could tell the intent. 2-minute one.
It took him 16 minutes on the game clock to open the scoring in the big game.
I mean, it's well deserved as well. So he's been the one creating all the chances.
He has been, and you know, from my area, we're sitting under pressure, the boss pipe. He put on that pressure, piled on the pressure, and I will tell you this: it has paid off. Sometimes it's not always about you being the one to do the final touch. It's just to put that pressure, put the ball inside that 18. As long as you get around 18, nothing they mega. Now you have to reply with fast, quick a response, a goal to the good, or else you see your dreams of $15,000 dwindling away. But then again, it's just game 1 out of 3, best out of 3. If one of these guys manages to get games that are won in 2 games in a row, back to back, that means they won. But if not, Baba, they're going to hold themselves and hold their nerve and try not to lose too much.
Holding the nerve, it might be very difficult to do, mind you. It's a $15,000 matchup, best of 3 series. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk?
But yeah, that is what the eNPFL is all about. Brought to you by the one and only Antigo Haaland on the 10. Patrick Jr. looking for the response in the game. We are about less than 20 minutes before game 1 ends, with Adefola still holding on to that slender lead. Mbappe. I mean, the passing is so quick. You've got to find a way to keep up with it. Haaland.
Whip! That's a long-range effort. I love it. We didn't see a lot of long-range efforts throughout the tourney, but a few times they've tried. We've seen that if it's something that you want to pick up on, just when you pick up on set pieces, it's something that could possibly work. But definitely, I will tell you, every time that Fola has that ball, he's on the back end. But when Baji they press him, they make sure say they get like 4 or 5 guys when we say they spread for that edge of box. They give us space. They give us space. And so a lot of his gameplay, it reflects like what Farouk plays. That's why it's crazy how that last game ended up. And it's crazy that he still has a mental Sabinus to still hold his net against a Baji that's been battering everybody.
We've been blessed with premium entertainment from start to finish, Haaland on the 10, what a finish. I mean, Adefola in front of goal is deadly. He is deadly. He strikes again. Erling Haaland, of course, the usual culprit, strikes again. And the final is looking very, very good for Adefola. The Remo Stars man looks like he's not stopping anytime soon.
It's the way to do the Pep Guardiola mentality. As you don't get the person on the road, Baba, they fire, they go, not even think 2 times. And that's what Bola is doing. He can be very defensive minded, but at the same time, it's the tackling, it's the interswitch, it's the interception, and the quick transitions for him. That's what he does so well. And that's why he's such a nifty, crafty player when it comes to finals.
It's like, can you imagine what it is like after 2 in the morning and the arena is still packed, Baba, with people who are giving support, showing so much love to these players.
This is history being made.
Yes,
it should be something that should be documented as motivation to people who want to get into esports, and the kind of love you will have to have for it to be able to go all the way. I mean, a big shout out to everybody who's still around, still watching on the stream, still watching in the studios as well. We want to say a big thank you for being here for the eNPFL. It's been a big pleasure to be here. But Manny, what's your thoughts on the first 60 to 70 minutes of the game? Adefola controlling things.
It's not so out of pocket. However, the good thing about this particular series is the finals is a best of 3. Adefola can win the first one. If somehow Baji Jr. can find a way to win the second 2, then he's good to go. If Baji can get himself another win in this game, he's good to go. So the fact that Adefola is winning now doesn't mean he has won the war. He's winning the fight. The next step will now be to find out who will win the war. That is where it becomes deadly. The next game is very important for both players.
Right now, they use fast build-up, and that fast build-up, they give them big advantages if he manages to...
Well, Baji Jr. may not be done in this first game. Beautiful reverse elastico. It did create that space, but credit Adefola closing it down very quickly. And I mean, getting to the tactical board side of things, we haven't seen Adefola go to Erling Haaland with the lobs. And this is because Baji Jr. has made an effort to keep switching onto the defender that Haaland is closer to. But that's also cost him a bit with the way Adefola has been able to counter with these extra passes in the box. And it has created goals for him as well. it's all X's and O's when they get into the stages of the finals. Bellingham. Speaking of those low passes, there is Haaland winning it down for Mbappe. Baji Jr. maybe to get a goal back. Even if not to get the equalizer, it just gets some momentum going into game two.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Game two.
I think Baji is beginning to overthink his play because the thing he used to do when he was in the 18 throughout the tournament is within 2 seconds the guy don't release ball, he don't wipe out. We have the first set piece for him in this crucial time, and unfortunately he doesn't convert it. Yet another set piece. It takes too long inside the 18 now. He overthink him, and this is where the flaw in his gameplay is beginning to show. The cracks are beginning to show.
I mean, I don't really blame him. He's up against one of the best to ever do it. There might be excuses about nerves, being too much. But whatever it is, he has an opportunity in the second game. It's a best of 3, which means whoever wins the first 2 games, or whoever wins 2 games now, will be the champion. Now he has an opportunity to nullify Defola. We have to ask ourselves, has he learned anything from that first game? Or is it going to be more of the same?
Is that even the question, or are you going to ask yourself, say, the Fola when you play for game 1 and the same Fola won't come out for game 2? Because, like I said, Fola can be one of the most ultra defensive players in this tournament. He's very good at soaking in pressure, like I said. But at the same time, when he wants to come out, he can't come out. And he has shown that he can give you the high pressing, the gang pressing, full metal jacket if he chooses to. Now he does a holding play and they make sure say he doesn't go all out. So the question now is, Baji, what version are you going to be? Personally, if not me the person when they coach Baji, I will tell Baji, say, be your premium self.
Yes.
Be your utmost self. You don't want to leave anything out of the table in your final. It's less than 10 minutes. If you get this one, you extend your breathing space and you give yourself a lifeline for $15,000 for a title that's going to carry as champion of Africa and a rep from Africa. So, Baba, bring your ultra self. Don't even think, cannot do anything special.
Don't overthink anything. Just do yourself.
You go down.
I mean, I saw a couple of chances he had where he was a little bit, I would say, overthinking it.
Yeah.
He was going for the elasticals and other extra dribbles. Try that shot, whip it into the net. Let's see if the goalkeeper will be ready, or if that time you'll be the one to smile home.
Because sometimes the goalkeeper is not ready.
Absolutely. We can also see loose balls.
By fast balls.
Yes.
Loose balls sometimes.
Yes.
I think to the best of every player on the tournament, it has happened. It happened to people like
Farouk.
Not even Farouk.
Mr.
Okoye.
Okoye.
It happened to him.
Yes, it happened to Mr. Olga. We saw it happen when he played. I think that was who he played in the first game.
But those fast balls,
Wow.
Especially when you get emotion, whether you get for real-time football or whether you get for esports and university, it's always difficult to get, especially when they say the player never set place. You see the set piece he was playing. For me, it took it too slow. Baba, as they give you, whip it.
Immediately.
Just whip up.
Cross that ball immediately.
Find something, whip up. Woman, when they find something, not they wear bets. They tie up for shares, they go sleep. They wear full jackets, they walk out. Back to the game, please. The second game is up.
Sly, let's go for the second game.
Going into the final, in fact, going into the whole of the tournament, Adefola said he was only looking to get past last year's hurdle of making the final. Now he's looking up at the stars. Is it time for him to reach for the stars in this potential decider? It's a best of 3 series, and Adefola already has 1 win under his belt. If he gets another one right here, we are done for the eNPFL. Or does Baji Jr. have a different script? And this could be the start of something great for him. That's a big block coming in as Van Dijk will get there. But that's excellent starting from Baji Jr. I mean, he has to start well. He has to send the message. The message has got to be clear to Adefola that I am not done yet. I am going to start this game aggressively and possibly get the first goal out of the game. Adefola, though, doesn't look like he's going to possibly give him that chance, as he also miscue on the pass.
Well, Fola is also flagrant when it comes to his left flank. That's somewhere that can be explored, especially if you do switch up play very quickly. If he turns a long ball out now, that's an advantage he can take, because a lot of times when you float a long ball out pass from the deep right to the far left, Baba, he does a catch out of order.
Yes.
That's something you're supposed to use, because right now you need all the weak points that you know to take they turn your knife, your hot knife, till they find where you want to get your pressing. But like you said when we started for this game slide, he's using every opportunity to take the game to Fola's domot. Now just say Fola don't decide in a midfield, he wanted to press him, he wanted to block him.
Yes. And so far, so good. It's working out for Fola because no matter how much he loses the ball, he's always going to get it back in the midfield. If you notice, Fola has been winning the midfield battles. What a cross that is with the player lock.
Almost getting it into Erling Haaland, who's been quite quiet to start this game. It's only 16 minutes, of course. We'll definitely be seeing a lot of the Norwegian at the Fola's main man that he goes to. But expect a lot from Badji Jr. in game 2. He has been beaten and he has to respond now. Just look at that high press coming from him. As Adefola will keep things cool at the back and try to settle and calm things down. Just 20 minutes gone in game 2 of our final. If you just joined us, the road has not been as smooth as you might think for these two guys. It's been a bumpy, rocky road. But it's been survival of the fittest, and these two are the fittest here today. Badji Jr. had to go through that killer of a game in that KK game in the semi-final.
It was a 5-5 draw that went all the way to penalties after extra time. I don't know if mental fatigue, I don't want to give that as an excuse because Fola also had to deal with a draw on his own side, 3-3 with Farouk. And that draw ended in penalties. And both of them are product of games that ended for penalties. So I think in terms of mental fatigue and stress, both of them are equal.
Evenly balanced for sure. And both of them definitely knowing what at stake have to go to that extra gear. And so far, Adefola has shown us that extra gear in game 1. It's up to Badji to respond, or is Adefola just too much for him to handle? Look, man, on the 10, sends that runner of Kafu, ignores the run, and that's the decoy runs we're speaking of. It just baits you into thinking the pass will go there, but just look at that composure at the back from Badji Jr. You kind of feel like he's learning the patterns now a bit. That's the benefit of playing in the best of 3.
Yes.
You face your opponent once, and you kind of feel like you're learning the patterns of play of your opponent, and you're more comfortable with defending.
With understanding what he's trying to do per time. But that doesn't necessarily mean that your opponent cannot also change his pattern.
Exactly. He can also go into an extra gear. You have Badji Jr. I mean, very unlucky.
Slide, don't you think the near post would have been a better option for him right there?
It did look like the best option, but possibly what was running through Badji Jr.'s mind is Adefola has moved the goalkeeper to the near post, so let me go far post. That is the kind of mind games with FC24, so I can't blame him too much. But very unfortunate for Badji Jr. on that end. He needs the goals to go in. He needs everything in his favor. And I've said this time and time again, you need some luck when you're playing in big tournaments like these. That time, luck not on his side, but he's still having a puffing at this Haaland that time, just wide of the post. Crazy stuff about to happen now.
This is what he needs. He needs the press. He needs the high press. I mean, pressing for the first game gave Fola the advantage so much that the first goal that opened everything and opened the floodgates was an own goal from
Yes.
Badji, because I mean he was in the right place but for the wrong end of the pitch. So Baba turn on this side, apply the same pressure on the other end. Like I said, I like that. He's going out on a blaze of glory. He's doing the thing that made him get
Yes, that gets here. Yeah, this is the first time we have seen in this series. We have seen Badji Jr. play his own way. Adefola forced him to play football he was not so comfortable with in that first match. But now, yes, exactly. Now he's coming up like the Badji Jr. we know, and I think he can give Adefola some problems.
It is indeed very difficult to impose your style of play on Adefola, but I think Badji Jr. is doing a very good job of that. But Adefola just staying in the game at this point, and games like these and finals like these, with of course a lot of money and a lot of stakes on the line, you've got to find your way to survive the waves of pressure. Because right now, Badji Jr. definitely throwing a lot of pressure his way, and he is maintaining. Remember that the glory does not only go to the individual players, Adefola and Badji Jr., it also goes to the eNPFL teams. Remo Star Sporting Lagos in the final with $15,000 on the line. Badji Jr., I think his eyes are lighting up now. Erling Haaland, the borrow to find the open space. But Adefola read it well.
Slide.
Our heads on our heads.
The small margins, that was something he could have square played.
Absolutely.
But Baba, like I said, he's overthinking it. He won't drag him wide, drag the player out of position, but that was anticipated. When Baji does what he does, he plays direct, he plays vertically. But right now, Baba, they play horizontal football. He wants to go side to side. No, don't do it side to side. Hit him. No time.
My
No
goodness.
Time. It's not time.
Game of small margins, and on the second set, on the second game of the best of 3 series, we have Baji Junior up against Adefola, and this is halftime
But
0-0.
Mano, look at how the thing has panned out. Throughout the whole of the knockout rounds to the semi-finals, we had high-scoring games, and now the goals have kind of dried up. Do you think it's the pressure of the finals?
I mean, of course, that's what happens in finals. It's very, very hard to see a final that has so much goals, because in the finals, you have no other option. Yeah. There is nothing else but that is for the ultimate prize. Everybody wants to be adept in the defense. You want to be effective. You want to ensure that you're only doing things that you are sure will work, and that is, giving us this game that has less goals than we have had in all the other knockouts.
Speaking of finals that did have a lot of goals, it just cast my mind back to the FC Pro Open Championship that, of course, the Brazilian PAs won. And then that final against Anders Vegan, they had over 10 plus goals. Possibly one of the most entertaining finals. But hey, we also enjoyed the compact finals, like we are seeing from Adefola and Baji Junior. Well, he had the option of playing the through ball, decided to reject the pass, while Adefola looking for the best possible options at this point. Remember that he's in the driver's seat now with that winning game 1. And the potential winning game 2 will crown him champion here as he'll probe in the box. Johan Cruyff, we're speaking about that excellent partnership Cruyff has with Erling Haaland up front. Speaking of the Dutchman, here he is again. That time he loses our possession. So the Nigerian will be as he'll get it, pressing from high up the pitch. Adefola unrelenting, and it looks like a goal could come out of it. Hold it into De Bruyne. They turn it to Haaland, ball to hero. The defense is there. I mean, every single time he loses it, he wants to win it back. That's the intensity with which he plays.
He has had two mistakes that he has found a way to recover from. However, that's not something you want to keep up in this level.
Baba Fola knows how to apply that near post pressure, and here's the thing, he knows how to anticipate and put his players for the rebound. It's not about just going up at it, it's putting players there so that when the ball ricochets, when there's extra, you can use it. And then again, someone has to talk to the man from Remo Stars. Don't be crossing ball for front of your 18. Not they do them. That's how they collect the ball from an air.
Absolutely.
Snatching ball from the air like say you be Zeus. Don't do that. Don't give yourself disadvantage.
The amount of tracking that is needed in this game is something that needs to be talked about. All the players are tracking players from left, right, center, because if you do not track, you're going to find yourself to blame.
Fire.
Chest near post.
Wow. The defense definitely has to step up, and with 60 minutes gone. Well, there it is. Adefola going back to what worked earlier on, and it's the man of the moment, Erling Haaland again. Yes, and Baji Junior will now be kicking himself for missing those chances in the first half. Erling Haaland right there again to make things count.
The corners we talked about all day, coming again in handy to punish Baji this time around. He has had the advantage once or twice in the knockouts, but this time around he's on the receiving end. Erling Haaland stepping up from that corner set piece to punish him very, very badly.
Well, I don't think this is a game that can be counted out yet. We've seen people, despite the fact that they are down in moments like this, still manage to get goals in.
You've seen so many miracles happen.
Yeah, miracle not they tire some people to the conjure. That's what they be. Some people they be Ferguson kind of players. But credit again to Fola, finding the gap in spaces and getting the width and the sense to bury. It's how he quickly moves the ball. They get them breathing space. I think he's using fast build up because it's just back to back is a hit. I tell you, so when he won there on the aggressive, it's one of the players you can hardly get.
I think that's also down to muscle memory and a very good understanding of the phases of the game, because the way he's moving, it's like he's passing 3 times before he releases the one pass.
He has an idea where
he wants the ball to be in. Yes, absolutely. So I think that is giving him the advantage in this match. It's 1-0 to Adefola. Don't forget, if Fola wins this match, he will become the ultimate champion of the eNPFL, and he will go on to represent Nigeria in the Pro World Championships, and all the way he will also have $15,000. $15,000.
And he's 15 minutes away. 15 for 15K. This is the time.
I like the way you said that slide. 15 for $15,000.
Well, we'll see if he's got the grit to hold this one out and hold the lead out. But I know Baji Jr. has got something up his sleeve. As well, it will come out with it. Big moment for him here. Decides to go for the ball into the finesse.
So near, so close. How close was that? That goal, that miss rather, was a representation of how close this game has been from start to finish. Wow.
And I mean, honestly, looking at how this game has gone, Baji Jr. has played so well. Kind of felt unlucky at some point, missing these kind of chances. But Adefola, we have spoken of how precise this guy is. He doesn't need too many chances to impose himself. There it was, one of the few chances that he got with Johan Cruyff, big save from Edwin van der Sar in the post. But when the corner came, he just knew Erling Haaland lurking in and around the area will have made the difference, and he's now 10 minutes away from being crowned champion. Adefola, can he hold his own? Can the Remo Stars man hold his own? Was Sporting Lagos going to pull the rabbit out of the hat? Look, man. Rodri, remember that in the whole of these finals, the best of three, we still haven't seen a goal from Baji Jr. That's how incredible the defense has been. 9 minutes to go now, the clock ticking down for Baji Jr.
Yes, I mean, a goal from Baji Jr. will change the dynamics of this game entirely and turn it on its head. It will force us to go quickly into the third match in this series. Either as a draw or as a win for Baji Jr.
Well, that could definitely be very, very interesting going to it. Hullit's pass, not the best, but Bellingham will intercept. I mean, that's incredible aggression. As Adefola can come away with it. The first substitute, Nathan Teller. The Bayer Leverkusen man, just look at him, hold on to it so well. He can taste the feel of that victory now. 5 minutes away. And we can see the pause cued from Baji Jr. possibly looking to get into an ultra-attacking set or a constant pressure set. But there might not be time for him to get into the pause. As Adefola is holding that defense compact as he wins the ball back. Okocha on the 10. There is Theo Hernandez. A minute to go now. Baji Jr. It's got to be perfect now. Gets a lob into Haaland. Mbappe. Look, man. Could we see something special? The 10. My goodness. The Frenchman still on the ball. Chance not gone. Definitely the last kick of the game. Look, man.
My goodness. My goodness.
4-3-2-1, and he tried to
from
the number 9. See the big hand when we said they use.
Wow.
This is a summation of how Baji's game has been in the final. Baji Jr.
How unlucky is that?
That's unlucky, but you know, I wish he applied pressure. That's a near post corner now.
He played it so well as he gets it into Haaland, and that is looking like it might be that.
We have a run. Congratulations to our winner, the eNPFL Championship. We have a winner in Adefola. Wow. A look of frustration and regret on the face of Baji Jr. But what a journey he has had. No matter how much he feels, this is what it means to Adefola. It has sapped his own energy. It has taken so much for him. It doesn't even feel like he won because on his face, there's a feeling that he has finally gotten the crown.
It has to be crazy. I mean, come on, guys. This is the biggest award or reward money he has had in his career so far. And you can see how overwhelmed he is. It's been an exhausting time. You know that this guy never chopped since morning. Today, the 26th of May, we started this tournament from the 25th of May.
Yes.
And despite the heavy rains and everything, men stood in. Fola, usually, he need a chop when we say competitions day. And you can see how much it means to him. Now if he chop, now if he drink water, if he drop cup, $15,000 in the mix for him. The title for integral champion for the year, that is in for him.
Like we're saying earlier, like I was telling you earlier, rather, this seems like the crowning moment. All his achievements, all his journey. Now this seems like he has actually laid claim to being one of the best. In fact, the best in terms of LC24 this year.
But not they say one of the best.
The best.
20.
LC24.
20 players across the
Take a bow, Adefola.
Excuse again and say, it's because they did it in Lagos or they did it in Abuja. We did all the regions and we got the champions
Yes.
of the regions. And the biggest man is repping Remo Stars, Ijabo style kind of player. And he played Ijabo Star for the final.
Yes.
Baba impress. He hold up play. He use mental finesse. He choke Baji.
What a game.
He has never really dropped points. He has never been in a game that he didn't score.
Score a goal.
He made him scoreless. He made
Wow.
him rudderless, furtherless, and now he has won the champions title. Stand up for your champion, Nigeria.
Stand up for champion Adefola. Let's go quickly to Erastus and the team on the pitch. Let's know what the feeling is like in the crowd and in the arena.
Yes.
Very, very quickly. Alpha Erastus, are you ready? Erastus, are you ready?
Well, as Erastus is stepping in, we'll say thank you to everybody that's been part of this. This is powered by Integral. And don't forget, Lagos, Nigeria, there was a collaboration between Nigeria and Ghana on this. Sly the man, he made things happen. And I will tell you, it was quite an experience. Over 12 hours of back-to-back. Shout out to the gamers that kept their mental nature.
Thank you for giving us entertainment.
Thank you to our sponsors talking about
Integral.
Integral, our partners rather, people like what's their face?
Gamevo,
TikTok,
Whip.
Driller FM, and of course all the Nigerian Premier Football leagues that were represented. This was
Thank
the first
you.
time. It has been a pleasure to run this with each and every one of you, and I'll say congratulations to Fola.
Yes, congratulations to Fola. Sly, let's hear your last thoughts on what this game means for Fola in terms of cementing his name in the history books of the esports.
Yes.
Well, this win definitely means a lot, not just to Fola, not just to Remo Stars, not just to Nigeria as a whole, but Africa as a whole. I mean, it's just showing the light on esports in the whole of the continent, and I hope everybody watches takes this as an inspiration that esports is the new wave, and we are here to all push it to the next level. Before I leave, I want to say a big thank you to Chef Suo and Emmanuel, of course, for welcoming me. It was a pleasure doing this with you. And finally, congratulations to the big man, Adefola. You are champion.
Thank you so much, Sly. Thank you for keeping us company. Thank you for giving us your play-by-play analysis and everything you did. Shout out to you, Yes, sir. It took us 4 regions: Port Harcourt, Enugu, Ibadan, Abuja, and it took us a whole almost 6 months. But finally, we found the number one.
Yeah.
The one who can say for 1 year that I was the best. I am the best, rather. I am the best in Nigeria for 1 year.
Yeah.
And what a game.
What a game.
There was no way we could call this from the beginning.
At all.
Some of the favorites didn't even make it to the tourney. That's to tell you how tough this tourney was.
And you know the funniest thing?
Tell me.
It's so crazy in this Nigerian space that who win today, it's another tournament, they will beat her like shake tomorrow.
It might not even make it to semi-final next. That's how hungry these boys are.
So bring in the tournaments, bring in the competitions, and the Nigerian talents, they are going to strut their stuff. They just need more games to do their work. Final thoughts as we go. Final thought, let's wrap this up.
Yes, sir. Thank you so very much. We want more of this. Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep the competition coming up. Let's keep making Nigeria proud. From me and Tiff Saw in the stream.
Bye, you.
Thank you so much.
Follow up on the eNPFL handles.
Yes.
Feel free to get the streams as they hot. You can catch it still on YouTube, still on Twitch.
Yes.
The handle eNPFL.
Learn 1 or 2 things.
On Instagram and TikTok. Thank you again to our partners TikTok. My name is Chief Sword. Thank you to all of you who followed up on Vote Culture on YouTube. He said, man, Sly more. As today, so Dexter Clef, he said, man, who won? Fola won. Aubrey said, Ade Fola, you are next level. Stand up for your champion. Thank you to all the guys that commented. And we're going to take it now to the main center where you're going to see the streaming for IB. Say, man, when don't win, go enjoy your 15,000 K and everything goes sweet. You can follow Money at
Big Chief Manny on Instagram and also on Twitter. Okay. Follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. I also drop updates as it's happening in the esports industry. In case you see me downstairs congratulating the winner, talking to the winner, please do not talk to me. I'm trying to get my share in the $15,000.
You can follow me at official Sword, official SUO, and that's the size of the cookie. That's how I be for all the multiple spaces. Moko to you, have a good morning and congratulations to Adefola. Till the next journey, we are out. Bye.
Shout out to you.
Bro, nice work.
My chief. This has been next level. Wow.
This has been. I'm just glad we did it and finished it.
I think your earpiece, your headset goes.
Thank you so much.
Maiwa.
So the
Fire
lady behind the
yourself,
scene, I didn't forget to greet you when they behind the scene. Now, God will bless you. Now, well done. You know, I need to go home now. I know it's late and I don't like driving at this time.
Where you did for Island now, so
I
you.
did be like, I need to like to drive. Yeah, I don't send you the guy thing.
The only one I send you, or I send you more.
As he send me the one.
Yeah. That one don't get voice because I listen to you hear anything.
All the gaming, everything they've given all, but this guy particularly stands out. Ladies and gentlemen, it's with great pleasure that I welcome. Wait a minute, wait for it. Adefolari, please put your hands together for your winner. Right about now, we're going to proceed and welcome the CEO of Integral, Mr. Neolu, to present the awards to Mr. Adefolari.
Stand up for the champions, stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, stand up for the champions, stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, stand up, stand up, stand up.
Congratulations, Polari. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us on this campaign to find out one champion worth of $15,000. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a wonderful night. And thank you all for joining us. I have been Erastus. Until next year, we'll see you again. Have a blessed weekend. Enjoy your morning. Good night.
I know.